Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rowan and you're watching Rowan Reads.
I'm out here in Miami.
So a couple weeks ago I made this video where I let a random number generator pick my July TBR. Well, I also made a Summarize from Pretty reading vlog and that put me in a huge reading slump. So I haven't read any of those books that I chose in the TBR video. So I have turned it into a August TBR instead of July, just because it just works out better. So today is August 1st and I'm starting this video off. I have 10 days until I start school again, and I'm going to get through the 5 books that I have from that video. And if you watched that video, you know I actually chose 6 books. But one of the books I chose in that video, I ended up unhauling because I was not interested in reading it at all. So instead of making you go watch this video, even though you still should because I found it super fun, I'm going to remind you of the 5 books I have to read in this video. So we got How It Feels to Float by Helena Fox, Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, and last but definitely not least, Happy Place by Emily Henry. So a couple days ago, I started reading How It Feels to Float. I got to page 32 before I stopped reading because I knew I was in a slump, but I felt like I was getting out of it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna read this book finally, get a start on this TBR. And I realized that I was not out of my slump. I was not ready to start reading again. But I've come to the conclusion now, I'm never going to get out of a slump if I don't force myself to read. So I'm going to go back to this book. I was really liking it. It wasn't that it was bad at all. So with that being said, I am going to start this video with How It Feels to Float. We'll see how this goes. .25% through update. This book is so good. Like, I've been flying through it. First of all, I haven't been reading that long and I'm already pretty far in. I did kind of set the next little goal with this thing to part 3 of the book. There's like a lot of good quotes in this, but yeah, I'm highly enjoying this, so I'm gonna read some more. I'm literally using a $20 bill as my bookmark. What the fuck? I'm on page 244. I'm loving the book so far. Alrighty guys, so I finished How It Feels to Float. I rated it 4.5 stars. It was really good. I really liked the writing style. I talked about that earlier in the video as well. Like, this book is unlike any book I've ever read before, so it was so like refreshing in a way to read something so different than what I usually do, and it also helps it stick out in my brain more. But I really don't know why, you know, I didn't rate it a 5-star. It just wasn't quite there. Not in like a bad way, but like, you know, you get that 5-star feeling. And it wasn't like that, but it was so close. So I felt 4.5 was good middle ground for what I was feeling about this book. I think the way grief, mental health, and just everything is dealt with in this book is like so... it's just so beautifully written. So this is book 1 out of 5 down from my August TBR. Now I'm going to choose the next book because I want to start it tonight. I know I don't want to read Love in Other Words. I'm sorry, Alex. I know you're probably watching this. I will read it eventually, and of course in this video, but not right now. I'm currently stuck between The Inheritance Games and Happy Place. I think I would choose Happy Place in this moment. If it wasn't a hardcover. I feel like Heartbones could be another quick one, but so could The Inheritance Games. I think I'm gonna go back on my word and start Happy Place because I've been craving some Emily Henry writing. Alright, I'm gonna go start Happy Place. I'm so excited. talk about the way it's day 3 of this video, and I'm still in the same outfit. So it is Thursday, August 3rd. Last night I read to page 102 of Happy Place by Emily Henry, which is also chapter 10. But aside from where I am in the book, my actual opinions on it so far are really good. Like, I feel like a really good book. It's like an easy read. It's taking me a little bit longer to read than like other books I have. I'm loving these beach house vibes. So I'm going to read this until I don't feel like reading anymore. Literally sobbing over this book right now. She literally goes, "I love you," and he says, "in every universe." I can't.
Hands up high, hands up high, hands up high, till the lights down right now.
So I just finished Happy Place by Emily Henry. Wow. This is the 5-star feeling I was talking about. Like, I'm in awe of this book. This was so good. So obviously I'm rating this at 5 stars. Wow, this book was just so good. So to kind of tell you a little bit about this book, basically it follows 6 friends. The entire book is from Harriet's POV. Basically every summer these friends go to this beach house in Maine, which is owned by Sabrina's family, which is one of the people in the friend group. And basically Harriet and Wynn's entire relationship is built within this friend group, and when their relationship goes south, they don't know how to tell their friends that they broke up. So they pretend to be together when they have another summer trip at the beach house. I don't want to tell you too much. I think you should just read the book. But it is a second chance romance. Yeah, it's just beautiful how they have their own little family in this little friend group. And even like Wynn and Harriet, like their love is so beautiful. Like, it is unlike any other romance that I've read. It's just such a different relationship dynamic than I've seen before, and I genuinely couldn't recommend this book enough. Since I'm still like in the mood to read, I think I am going to start the next book. The next book from the TBR that I've decided to read is Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. I know this is going to be quick and easy read, and Happy Place kind of put me behind on schedule. Hopefully I can finish this book today and even possibly start the next book. But yeah, I'm going to get into reading Heartbones. Hello guys, it is Sunday, August 6th. It's around 2 p.m. and I wanted to give an update on the book. So yesterday's reading did not go as planned. I was hoping to finish this book, and then I ended up barely touching it because after reading Happy Place, it was really hard to get into another book just because my mind was only on Happy Place. And then last night I was laying in bed and I was like, I felt like reading, and I was like, okay, how do I read on my phone while also being productive for this video? So I ended up downloading Heartbones on my phone and reading last night. So I ended up getting to chapter 6, which is page 62. I found it easier to read on my phone than the physical book. The only bad thing about reading on my phone is that I can't really show you guys that I'm reading because I film on my phone. So if I'm reading, can't be recording, but it's all good. I wanted to give a little 50% update. It's more like a 48% update, but whatever. So I made it to chapter 13, which is page 155. Like I said, pretty much halfway through the book. So far it's really, really good. The 2 main characters have only kissed 1 time though, and it was really awkward and it didn't go very well. I'm kind of nervous about the stepsister in this book though. Like, so far she's been super nice, and I really hope her character doesn't get ruined because I do really like her. But there's a small part of me that's kind of convinced she might turn out being a really bad person, but I hope not. The main character in this book, Samson, he seems really cute, and like Bea grew up really poor and stuff, and Samson is a rich boy, and they have like completely different upcomings, but they have like a lot in common that they didn't realize they would have. So that's been really cute, kind of learning about each of their lives in a way they compare, even though they grew up completely differently. So far this book is giving like maybe a 4 stars. I'm only halfway, so we'll see when I finish. He literally just started cheering for her because she told him that no one has ever been there to cheer for her. Alright guys, so I just finished Heartbones. I'm not sure exactly what I want to rate it. I feel like 4 stars is a good rating for this book. It was definitely really good. I would definitely recommend reading this book if you haven't. I think Colleen Hoover's like plot twists are things that I really enjoy in her books, and like they're so easy to read that it just makes the experience just that much better. I don't support Colleen Hoover, but I would be lying if I said I didn't eat up every single book that I've read by her. But anyway, we're gonna choose the next book, and I don't know which one. I'm stuck because I have Love and Other Words and The Inheritance Games left, and these are 2 completely different books. I feel like I'm about to make a fool of myself because with all of that being said, I think I'm going to start Love and Other Words. I might not continue annotating it. I am gonna start from the very beginning because I don't remember everything I've already read and I didn't get that far, so I might as well just reread it. So yes, I'm starting Love and Other Words at like 6 p.m. on August 6th. Hello guys, so it is Wednesday, August 9th. It is the second to last day of this video, and I want to be honest with y'all, I have been failing at this video. So I haven't read for the past 2 days. The last time I read, I think it was Sunday, and it is now Wednesday. My goals for today are to finish Love and Other Words as soon as possible, and then even start The Inheritance Games. I'm gonna start the binge reading of this book, because that's pretty much what this is gonna have to be. I'm literally gonna be binging this book, finishing it as fast as possible. Okay, I'm actually gonna read now. Hello guys, so I'm on page 336 of Love and Other Words. I have 67 pages left, so I'm definitely liking it more than I was originally when I was only like 100 pages through. The only things that have been pushing me through this book are the past chapters. Like, I don't really like the now chapters, but I like the then ones. So yeah, I'll be back with my final review when I'm finished. Hello guys, so I just finished Love and Other Words. My official rating is 3 stars. I'm actually kind of really sad about me not loving this book. Like, it's definitely not bad, but it's not great either. You know, I had very high hopes considering how popular this was on Book Talk, and so many people I know have loved this book, but it definitely didn't give like a 4 or 5 star read for me. I would definitely recommend it if you love childhood friends to lovers though. I don't know, I just don't think this book was for me. I don't know, and I don't think I like these authors' writing. I didn't like the plot line, and I really didn't like what like split the characters up originally. I don't know, I hated that part. Like, I don't know, it just felt really weird, and it felt like it was brushed over, like it wasn't a huge deal. I felt like the female character in this book like wasn't really understanding what he was saying when he was telling her. I just feel really bad for Elliot in this book. I really like Macy, don't get me wrong, but like when it was revealed, it made me not like her anymore. It just made me really mad about how the whole thing played out. The way it was approached and written about, it was even worse, you know? And like, I get it, like they were totally in love with each other and like only person they'll ever love, but it's so unrealistic for 10 years later to immediately see someone you love and then still love them. Like, I don't know, this whole thing is just, I know it's like a romance, it's not really supposed to be realistic, it's fiction for a reason. I don't know. I think I finally figured out my problem. Like, just like talking right now made me kind of realize what I don't like about this book, or even other books I've read where I'm finally realizing why I didn't like them. It's not the childhood friends to lovers or whatever trope in any other book I've read. It's the gap of time since they last saw each other. If you haven't seen each other in more than 5 years and you see each other again and magically still love each other and still have this connection you didn't think you would still have, like, I don't like that plot in a book. Like, if it's 2-3 years, that makes so much sense. Or if it's a second chance romance where, like, you know, they were together for, like, if they were like married or even in a relationship already and they're having trouble and it's like within a couple months that they kind of rekindle their love. Like, things like that are okay, but 10 years, a whole decade, I guess I just really don't like that plot line. Some people love it and eat it up, but I am now understanding that I am not someone who does that. But I'm not saying this like I'm one opinion. I'm pretty sure I'm in the minority of people who don't like this book. And I mean, 3 stars is still good. It's not a bad rating. It's not my favorite, but I would still recommend it to someone if they were like, hey, what's a good childhood friends or lovers to read? I would recommend this book, and I don't regret reading it. I don't think I wasted my time. Like I said, it's not a 4 or 5 star feelings, and I think that's okay. You know, I've had a lot of good reads on this video. It's kind of bound to happen to eventually have a bad read. Like, there's no way I was gonna like every single book I read in this video. I think I'm gonna start the Inheritance Games. I'm just hoping this is gonna be better than that book was. I'm pretty sure it will be. I also have a feeling this is gonna be a really quick read for me, so if I can finish this today, that would be great. But since I've already been reading almost 3 hours, there's been like, I've been doing a lot of reading today. I don't usually read in big chunks like this, so I probably won't finish this today, but it would be pretty cool if I did. But I know I at least want to start it, so that's what I'm gonna do.
A few moments later.
It's 8:30 and I still haven't started this book, so I'll probably read for like an hour and a half or so. I'm doing really bad with this. Y'all, I just got back from my last first day of high school ever. What? Anyway, last night I made it to chapter 16, page 64 of the Inheritance Games, and now I'm about to binge this book because I need to finish it by tonight.
Hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
So before I got called for dinner, I got 10 pages away from being halfway through the book. I'm gonna eat my popsicle and read the rest of this book.
Lights down right now. I'm talking loud.
Hello guys, so it is the next day. Last night I finished the Inheritance Games. I literally, as soon as I finished it, I put it up and went to bed because I was so tired. But I ended up giving this book a 4.75 stars. I feel like it's kind of hard to give a book like that's the first in a series like a full 5 stars. Like, obviously there's definitely series that the first book is a 5 stars, but like, I just feel like you know when something is a 5-star book, and this was like, wasn't like quite there, but it was so good. The little sprinkles of romance, like the absolute mastermind of an author, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I genuinely like can't wrap my head around the fact that like a real person made up this entire thing. You know, when you're reading something and you're invested in the fictional world, like, you know, in your head, like, you know, this person made up this and this person thought about that, but then it's like the author in the end actually did. I just would like to see inside her brain just once and just understand like how this even came to be, because It's genuinely mind-boggling. I would definitely recommend this book if you love fast-paced, short chapters. It's a YA mystery. I wouldn't say romance as a genre for this book, but I mean, it's definitely there. Insanely enough, as of last night, I not only read 5 books in 10 days, I also finished reading all 5 books from my August TBR video, which is so crazy. I can't believe I read 5 books in 10 days. That's literally an average of a book every 2 days, which I'm so proud of myself for literally making it. I was barely there, but I did, and it counts. I'm gonna go grab all the books that I read in this video and then kind of go through and remind you guys of what I rated each one. I'm not gonna talk about them again just because no one wants to hear that. So these are the 5 books that I read in this video. So the first book I read in this video was How It Feels to Float by Helena Fox, and I rated this book 4.5 stars. And then I read Happy Place by Emily Henry, which I rated 5 stars. Third, I read Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, and I rated this book 4 stars. Fourth, I read Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, and I rated this book 3 stars. And then last but definitely not least, the 5th and final book that I read was The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I rated this book 4.75 stars. So that was my amazing range of books that I read in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really loved making this video. If you also enjoyed watching, please like this video and please subscribe if you're not already. And I will hopefully see you guys in the next one.